Your home is probably filled with items you use every single day: pens, towels, cereal boxes, phone chargers, random socks, and yet, somehow, things still feel chaotic. You tidy up a drawer, and within days, it's cluttered again. You clear off a counter, and by the end of the week, it's back to being a landing pad for everything from unopened mail to your third spare charging block. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Most homes aren't disorganized because people are messy. They're disorganized because people haven't been taught the tricks that actually work. The kind that don't rely on buying expensive storage systems or spending every weekend purging half your belongings. The truth is, home organization is less about being minimal and more about being clever. A system that works should feel so easy and so obvious that it practically organizes itself. And that's where this video comes in. Today we're revealing 20 genius organizing hacks that most people aren't doing but should be. Some are common items being used in unexpected ways. Others are DIY crafts that transform cluttered spaces into smooth, calming stations of order. Whether you live in a 5-bedroom house or a 1-bedroom apartment, these ideas are designed to fit into your life without making you feel like you have to throw everything out and start over. These aren't the typical Pinterest tips that require a glue gun, a Cricut, and 4 hours of your Saturday. You won't need to go to a fancy organizing store or drop $200 on matching baskets. These are hacks that use what you already have, or what you can get at a dollar store or hardware aisle. They're also the kind of fixes that once you try them, you'll never go back. Let's talk about what's actually causing your clutter. For most people, it boils down to two things: items that don't have a clear home, and habits that don't support long-term order. So we're going to solve both. We'll give items a smart place to live in. We'll show you easy tricks to help your habits follow. For example, think about your under-the-sink cabinet. Odds are, it's a graveyard of half-used cleaners, extra sponges, maybe a bag of grocery bags shoved in the corner. One $3 tension rod can change everything. Hang your spray bottles across it, and suddenly the entire bottom of the cabinet is open for bins, caddies, or even a lazy Susan. It takes 2 minutes to install and gives you back hours of your life not spent digging through a cleaning supply avalanche.org. Consider your cords. Everyone hates messy cords. You tuck them behind the furniture, shove them in a drawer, or worse, let them dangle everywhere. Binder clips change that instantly. Clip them to the edge of a desk, loop the cable through, and now it's always right where you need it. No more reaching behind the bed like a contortionist. We'll also show you how a $1 shoe organizer can turn your pantry from cluttered chaos to a meal prep machine. How pool noodles can protect your boots. How a few old mason jars, when paired with magnets, can become one of the sleekest spice racks you've ever seen. These aren't just hacks, they're small revolutions in how you use your space. But this isn't just about the physical items. We're also sneaking in a few psychology-based tips that actually help keep things organized long after the video ends. One example: the one-touch rule. Whenever you pick something up, mail, your coat, a cup, only touch it once. That means putting it back where it belongs the first time, not setting it down on the table for now. This one tiny shift rewires your muscle memory and turns your home into a self-regulating space. We're also not going to tell you to label everything. That works in pantries or for shared spaces, but labeling your sock drawer, that's just busy-work. Instead, we'll show you how to make intuitive storage zones, so your brain already knows where things should go without reading anything. Throughout this video, you're going to hear a lot of "why didn't I think of that?" moments, and that's the goal. These tips aren't just about aesthetics, they're about function: how you live, how you move through your space, and how you keep chaos from creeping back in every week. By the end of this video, you'll know how to maximize your vertical space without putting holes in your walls. Build a floating charging station inside a drawer, and best of all, you'll feel lighter. There's something deeply calming about walking into a room and knowing exactly where everything is. It's not about having a spotless home, it's about having a functional one. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed by clutter, or frustrated that no matter how often you clean, things still end up in piles, stay tuned, because you're about to unlock some game-changing tools that are so simple, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast, a new homeowner, a parent drowning in kid stuff, or just someone who's sick of the mess, this video is your new playbook. Let's start with the first genius organizing hack that's so effective. It can turn your worst junk drawer into a space of calm in under 5 minutes. Ready? Let's start where clutter often starts, under the kitchen sink. It's the Bermuda Triangle of household items. Bottles tip over, rags disappear into the void, and you find things you forgot you ever owned. But all it takes is a $3 tension rod, and suddenly everything changes. Slide the rod across the width of the cabinet and hang your spray bottles by their triggers. Below that, you now have space to place a shallow basket or two. One can hold sponges, gloves, and a scrub brush. Another can store dishwashing pods or microfiber cloths. It's not fancy, but it works. And it makes the space feel 3 times bigger, instantly. Now pivot to the bedroom closet. If you own boots, you know the struggle: floppy shafts, weird creases, and that sad slouched look. Enter pool noodles. Cut them to size and slide them into each boot. The shaft stands tall, your closet looks tidy, and you didn't spend a dime more than necessary. It also helps boots last longer by preventing damage from bending and compression. Then there's the desk or nightstand cable situation, and we all know it's a mess. Here's the trick. Take 3 to 4 medium-sized binder clips and fasten them to the edge of your table. Thread your chargers through the metal arms. When you need a cord, it's right there. No crawling behind furniture, no tangled mess. Just grab and go. Let's move to the pantry, and here's where things get brilliant. That over-the-door shoe organizer. Yeah, it's about to become your secret weapon. Hang it on the inside of the pantry door. Each pocket is the perfect size for granola bars, seasoning packets, protein powders, and snacks. You've just added 24 tiny shelves using zero space from your main pantry area. It's also great for vitamins, sauce packets, or tea bags. And since it's transparent, nothing gets lost or forgotten. Speaking of forgotten, let's talk Tupperware lids. You organize the bowls. You try to keep the lids together, but within a week they're all over the place. Use a simple file sorter from the office aisle. Place it vertically inside your cabinet or drawer. Slide the lids in by size, and they stay upright and sorted. No more lid avalanche every time you open the drawer. Now onto a hack that's as beautiful as it is functional. The floating spice rack with mason jars. Stick strong magnets to the lids of your jars and attach a magnetic strip underneath your kitchen shelf. Fill each jar with your favorite spices and label the bottom. It looks sleek, clears up shelf space, and makes cooking easier than ever. If you've ever dreamed of having one of those Pinterest kitchens, this gets you one step closer. Let's head to the bathroom. Hair tools, brushes, makeup, skincare, it all adds up. Use a clear over-the-door shoe organizer on your bathroom door to store hairspray, curling irons, lotion bottles, and more. Each item gets its own pocket, and it's off the counter. You don't need drawer space, you just need vertical access. Now, here's one people don't think about. Ice cube trays as junk drawer organizers. Instead of trying to corral all your paper clips, push pins, rubber bands, and rogue batteries in one bin, use a silicone tray. Each item has a designated space. Your junk drawer goes from black hole to perfectly segmented toolkit. Need a tech-related hack? Velcro strips on the back of your remote controls lets you stick them to the side of your coffee table or entertainment center. You always know where they are. No more digging between cushions. No more fighting over who lost it. Finally, for this act, one of the most satisfying transformations, turning a rolling utility cart into a mobile organizing unit. These carts fit almost anywhere and can serve almost any function. Makeup station in the bathroom. Done. Coffee bar in the kitchen. Absolutely. Art supply station for the kids. You bet. Label the shelves, stock them by frequency of use. And now, you've created a mobile zone that you can push anywhere you need. These first 10 hacks aren't just clever, they're real-world tested. They don't require a degree in home design, and they don't take hours to set up. They're the kind of fixes that solve problems fast, and once they're in place, you'll wonder why you didn't do them sooner. Let's start with something that can completely change the way you look at wall space. The humble pegboard. It's not just for garages anymore. A single pegboard paired with a few hooks and maybe a couple of dollar store baskets becomes a customizable command center for just about anything. Tools, office supplies, kitchen utensils, crafting gear, even kids' toys. Mount it behind a door or in a closet. Suddenly, your walls aren't just walls, they're vertical storage. Goldmines. You can hang scissors, flashlights, headphones, measuring cups, and more. Rearranging is effortless. Hooks move, layouts change. It grows with your needs. And if you paint it a fun color or add a frame, it doesn't just save space, it looks intentional. Let's stay in the realm of surprising places to store things. Ever thought of using shower caddies in your pantry? These lightweight racks are designed to drain and ventilate, which makes them perfect for dry goods, snack bags, or seasoning packets. Just mount them with adhesive hooks or screws on the inside of a pantry door or wall, and boom, an instant shelving unit for anything that doesn't have a home. It's especially useful if you have kids who always ask where the fruit snacks or crackers are. Now they're at eye level, easy to reach, and off the main shelves. Speaking of visibility, one of the simplest, most satisfying organizing moves you can make is switching to clear bins with bold labels, especially in your pantry, bathroom, or storage closets. You don't need to label everything, but assigning big, clear bins to categories like snacks, first aid, or pet supplies makes grabbing what you need lightning fast. It also makes putting things away easier. If you share your space with others' kids, roommates, partners, this makes it crystal clear where things belong. No more where does this go again. Every item has a team. Every bin has a job. Now let's talk about one of the most underrated organizing zones, the freezer. You toss things in, close the door, and hope for the best. But then frozen vegetables disappear behind mystery leftovers, and your future self has no idea what's what. Enter vertical magazine holders. Yep, the kind you'd use for files or paperwork. Slide them into your freezer to hold things upright. Frozen meals, veggie bags, even boxed items. Suddenly, the freezer feels more like a filing cabinet and less like a black hole of frostbitten chaos. You can also use labeled plastic bins. Meet in one. frozen fruit in another. It's freezer feng shui, and it works. One of the coolest multi-items in any organized home, rolling carts, slim ones, 3 tiers, on wheels. You've seen them in classrooms, maybe even salons, but they are absolute magic in your own home. In a bathroom, they hold towels, skincare, makeup, hair tools all in one movable unit. In the kitchen, they become a coffee bar. In the bedroom, a charging station or nightstand alternative. In a hallway, extra storage for keys, mail, even pet gear. Because they're on wheels, they can be tucked away when not in use or moved from room to room, like a little assistant that always knows where your things are. Now let's look inside the fridge, or, more importantly, how you can reduce waste, just by labeling things smartly. A simple bin labeled "Eat Me First" is all it takes. Anytime you've got leftovers, aging produce, or food that's about to expire, it goes in that bin. No more guessing. No more throwing away half a tub of hummus because you forgot it existed. It's a visual reminder to grab those items first. This works in pantries too. Just rotate older groceries to the front and let that bin guide the rest of the household to what needs eating next. Onto the kitchen drawer clutter problem. Cutting boards, baking sheets, and cooling racks are often shoved into random cabinets and end up clanking around, sliding out, or being impossible to stack. The fix: tension rods used vertically, installed 2 or 3 inside a wide drawer or cabinet. Slide your boards and trays between them, and they'll stand upright, stay separated, and be a breeze to grab. It's safer too. No more heavy bakeware falling out onto your foot. Here's one you may not have thought of. Hidden drawers under existing shelves. You can buy adhesive sliding trays meant for desks or kitchen counters. Stick them underneath floating shelves or inside deep cabinets. Now you've got a bonus drawer. Great for pens, receipts, stamps, twist, ties, spare batteries, even emergency cash. It's also handy in the bathroom for razors, floss picks, or nail clippers. It keeps surfaces clear while keeping essentials close. Let's talk about a common nuisance: plastic grocery bags. You save them for reuse, but they end up spilling everywhere. Solution: stuff them into an empty tissue box and pull from the top like tissues. It holds way more than you think. You can mount the box to the inside of a cabinet door with command strips for easy access. You can even use multiple boxes for sorting: one for small bags, one for trash liners, one for doggy duty. And here's the most powerful mindset shift in this entire act: create systems that are stupidly easy to maintain. If you need a label to know where your toothbrush goes, your system is too complicated. Your space should feel like muscle memory. That's why so many of these hacks work. They're visible, they're logical, and most importantly, they're sustainable. No more fighting your habits. These ideas work with you, not against you, and we're still not done. Because in the final act, we're bringing it all together with powerful entryway systems, closet hacks, living room storage tricks, and the golden rule of long-term order that no organizing video ever talks about but should. Let's finish strong. Let's begin with your entryway, because this is the first point of contact with clutter. Bags get dropped, shoes pile up, mail builds into towers. The fix: create a drop zone. You don't need a fancy mudroom, just 3 things: a wall-mounted hook rack or command hooks, a small shelf or tray for mail, and a shallow basket for shoes. The goal is to intercept clutter before it travels into the rest of your home. Hang keys and bags the moment you walk in. Drop incoming mail into the tray. Kick off your shoes into the bin. Everything has a home from the moment you arrive. Now let's fix your cabinet doors. Yes, the inside of them. Most people ignore this space, but it's prime real estate. Mount a few file organizers or magazine holders inside a lower cabinet. Suddenly, pan lids have a home. Use command hooks to hang measuring spoons or small baskets to hold packets and seasoning mixes. In the bathroom, mount a caddy to hold a hair dryer or brush. These hidden storage zones can double your capacity without adding more furniture. But go to your drawers now. If you want a next level hack, turn one into a charging drawer. Pick a drawer near an outlet and drill a hole in the back for a USB charging hub. Feed the cables through and place dividers inside the drawer for your phone, earbuds, tablet, whatever needs juice. You now have a clean countertop and a secret charging station that keeps wires hidden and devices safe. Moving into the closet, here's a hack that's stylish and smart. If you've got a short bookshelf collecting dust, turn it on its side and use it as a shoe cubby. Each shelf holds a pair or 2, and it fits neatly into your closet floor space. Add contact paper or paint the back for a boutique-like look. Stack folded sweaters or storage baskets on top, and you've created a multifunctional organizing hub. Now let's go back to your spray bottles. Earlier we hung them under the sink, but another genius trick: install a mini curtain rod inside a cabinet near the top. Hang the bottles by their trigger handles, freeing up the base of the cabinet for sponges, bins, or cleaning rags. Bonus: nothing leaks downward. Here's something deeper now: our mindset hack. More than a storage tip, it's the one-touch rule. You touch something once, jacket comes off, hang it up right away, not later. Mail in hand. Deal with it, or sort it. Don't just drop it on the table. Dishes done. Put them in the dishwasher. Not for now. In the sink. This rule rewires your habits. It's not about being perfect, it's about avoiding temporary messes that become permanent chaos. Now, let's simplify your labeling philosophy. Use bold, simple words. No cursive, no overdesign. The label should be a beacon, not a design choice. Cleaning, snacks, extras, wires, these guide everyone in your home, even guests, to find things and put them back without asking. Let's talk about paper mail, receipts, warranties. It piles up fast. Create a basic folder system to pay, to file, to shred. Store it near where paper enters your home, maybe a drawer by the kitchen. Once a week, clear the folders. You're not filing daily, you're processing. In batches, it works, it's realistic. Now one final shift. The best organizing system is the one you'll actually maintain. Don't force a Pinterest-perfect solution that makes your life harder. Use what fits your style. Hate folding. Use bins. Love visual order. Go with clear containers. Your system should support your personality, not try to change it. So to wrap, this all-up organization is freedom. It's not about control. It's about making your space work for you. Whether it's 5-minute fixes, DIY crafts, or clever product flips. These 20 hacks can radically transform how you live in your space, and when it works, you'll feel it. Every time you open a drawer and find exactly what you need. Every time your countertop stays clean. Every time your home feels calm, not just for a day, but for good. That's what organizing should feel like. Not perfect, just genius. Now the question is, which one will you try first?